deep within a quiet mountain valley, there stood an ancient Buddhist monastery. People traveled for weeks, not to receive miracles, but to receive wisdom. One autumn morning, a young man climbed the mountain with anger burning inside him. For 3 years, he had hated a man who had betrayed him. Every morning, he remembered the betrayal. Every night, he imagined revenge. His heart had become so heavy that he could no longer enjoy life. When he reached the monastery, he bowed before an elderly Buddhist monk. "Master," he said, "I have come to ask one question. How can I make the man who hurt me feel the same pain he caused me?" The old monk looked into his eyes, but did not answer. Instead, he slowly stood up and walked toward a small fire burning outside the temple. The monk picked up a pair of iron tongs. He grabbed a burning piece of charcoal from the fire, holding it carefully with the tongs. He turned to the young man. "If you truly wish to hurt someone," he said calmly, "take this burning coal in your bare hand and throw it at your enemy." The young man looked shocked. "But master, it will burn my hand first." The monk smiled. "Exactly." He gently placed the coal back into the fire. Then he said, "Anger is no different. Every day you hold it, it burns you, long before it ever reaches another person." The young man lowered his head. For the first time, he realized that the man who had betrayed him was no longer causing his suffering. His own anger was. The monk continued, "People believe suffering comes from others, but most suffering begins the moment we refuse to let go. We replay old arguments. We collect insults. We feed resentment. We tell the same painful story again and again and again. Every time we remember it, we place another burning coal into our own hands." The monk looked toward the mountains. "The past cannot return. The other person may have forgotten everything, but you continue punishing yourself every single day." The young man remained silent. "Tell me, who is truly creating the pain?" The young man's eyes filled with tears. He could not answer. He had spent years blaming someone else, while silently destroying his own peace. The forest became completely still. The young man asked quietly, "Master, how do I let go?" The monk smiled gently. The monk bent down, picked up a dry leaf from the ground, and released it into the wind. The leaf floated away effortlessly. "Did you see that?" the monk asked. The wind did not struggle. The leaf did not resist. Both simply allowed life to move. You do not heal by holding tighter. You heal by opening your hand. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was right. It is refusing to carry the fire any longer. The young man closed his eyes and took a deep breath before leaving the monastery. The young man looked back one last time. The fire was still burning. The charcoal was still hot. But now he understood. The fire had never been his enemy. The real danger was choosing to hold it. So today, ask yourself one question. What burning coal have you been carrying inside your heart? An old betrayal? A painful memory? Someone's cruel words? Stop holding it, because the longer you carry it, the deeper it burns. Remember, the pain may have been given to you, but the suffering continues only if you keep inviting it. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to Path of Wisdom.